Okay, this is Jacob Schmidt with deerhuntingschool.com. I'm going to talk about shot placement on deer. First thing, I want to warn you that if it offends you of someone talking about killing an animal or wounding an animal or anything, this is not the video for you to watch. Just click off of it right now because that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So if that's the case and it offends you in any way, just go ahead and click off the video right now because it's going to offend you, and it's better off that you just go watch something else that you enjoy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Like I said, this is Jacob with deerhuntingschool.com. I want to talk about shot placement on a deer, and what really brings this up is this morning I shot one of the biggest bucks I've ever shot in my life, and we never did find him. So I'm going to talk about exactly what happened and how you can avoid the same thing that happened to me, because this deer, I put a lot of work into to get a shot at this deer, and I hit him, but we never could find him. I'm going to explain to you what happened, so let's go ahead and explain to it. My wife here, Misty, she's going to kind of demonstrate what happens. Drop your arms straight down. What happens is, now I know she's not a deer, but I just want you to kind of see this. If she's facing forward as a deer, okay, and I go mat, and that deer turns and looks, as you see her shoulder move, that's the exact same thing that a deer does. Now the deer that I shot this morning done the exact same thing, broadside about 30 yards. I was already at full draw, had my pin locked in here, and I go mat, now turn, and what happens? Shoulder in the way. That's exactly what happened this morning to this buck. And I didn't get no penetration because I hit him smack dab in the shoulder, and when he turned and run, I seen my lighted knock sticking out of his shoulder. So now I'm going to show you here on this deer here is turned in that exact position here, and now on this picture there is marks of the lungs and heart area and stuff. Here's the heart area here, and then here's the lung area, okay, here, and then the liver area is back here, okay. Now I hope you can see that, but yeah, you can see it right there, okay. But as you see that this deer here is broadside, but he's definitely has turned just like if that deer was walking broadside and he was to mat. That's what he's going to do. He's going to look up like that, exactly what the deer done today. Exactly no different. Well, I had already had my pin locked in to a point. Well, when he turned, just like I demonstrated with Misty, that shoulder comes back and covers up a lot of that lung area. So what you can do, you can still make the shot. You just need to hold back 2 or 3 more inches, okay, back into here, okay, back into this area, okay, and that's still well into the lungs, and get the liver. Very fatal shot, clean kill on the animal. The deer this morning I held, hit him dead in the shoulder. The arrow penetrated 4, 5, 6 inches. And you may, I know there's going to be some of you that's going to watch this video and you're going to get cocky and say, well, my bow, I shoot blah 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 pounds and this and that. I shoot one of the fastest bows in the world. I'm shooting about 83 kinetic feet of energy, foot-pounds, KE. You just don't get much more than that out of a compound bow, okay. And another thing, I shot a deer one time dead in the shoulder with a muzzle loader. It was a certain situation that morning. The deer come out just a little bit and then turned and went back, so I didn't take any chance. I shot him dead in the shoulder with a muzzle loader, and it is a double lung shot if you can punch through the shoulder and through both lungs, okay. It's a good shot, clean shot. Problem is with a gun you don't get any blood, and I seen that done with a muzzleloader. The deer I shot hit this shoulder, punched through this shoulder, stopped on the opposite shoulder. Was no blood. The only reason we found the deer is I heard the deer crashing and we knew for sure it was there. one of my dad's buddies when I was a kid. And now this was a mature buck. I'm not talking, now does, I've shot does with my bow, plumb through both shoulders, and the arrow come out the other side. Okay, I'm talking about mature bucks. This buck I shot this morning was a 3.5 or older deer. Okay, he was 3.5, 4.5, 5.5-year-old deer. I don't know how old he was, but he was a really mature buck, just like the one you see on this picture here. They have a heavy shoulder bone, not like a doe, not like a young deer. They have heavy shoulder, heavy, massive shoulder. One of my dad's best friends, when I was a kid, shot a mature buck just like this with a 30-06. Okay, 150 grain bullet, 2,000 to 3,000 foot-pounds. Okay, shot the deer in the shoulder. Bullet never exited. Never found a single drop of blood, but found the deer. Which when I shot the deer. Me and my wife and my son looked for the deer for about 5 or 6 hours. We had plenty of blood. The deer just flat stopped bleeding. I don't think it killed the deer. I don't think. Now he may die later on of infection or whatever, but I do not believe it was a fatal shot to this deer because of some things that I've seen. But if you hit that shoulder, the point of this video is when you mat, just like Misty demonstrated earlier, she's bend over a little bit. Okay, here's her, watch her shoulder, mat. They turn to look. That shoulder's gonna, maybe not quite as bad as what she just done there, but that shoulder is gonna come back and cover a lot of them vitals, which she's not bent over all the way. All right, mat. That shoulder comes back and covers a lot of part of that vital. So you've got to, in that case, you've got to make that shot, especially with a bow, further back. If you make that shot with a rifle and you hit that shoulder, guys, most of you's never even going to trail the deer because you're going to think you missed it, because he's not going to have a drop of blood. The deer I shot with a muzzleloader in the shoulder, we found 2 drops of blood. And the deer didn't make it. He didn't run 60 yards. It took us 4 hours to find him. And he only ran 60 yards, and there was 4 of us looking. My dad's friend shot with 30-06 shoulder, stopped in the other shoulder, never, not one single drop of blood. He had to track the deer down by tracks, and that deer didn't run more than about 70 yards, and it took him half the day to find it. The deer today, I don't think he died. He just completely quit bleeding, and we looked for him for 2 hours after that. Searched through the woods, never see anything. So I hope this video helps you. This is Jacob Schmidt with deerhuntingschool.com. I know it's kind of long, but I think it's very important because I don't want you guys to have to have a deer just like that that's in that picture, that you put hours and hours and hours of work in and get that shot, because that deer that I shot today, if he's alive, I will probably never see him again. That's just the way it is. So I don't want y'all to have to go through that. I hope this will help you. For more information on deer hunting, check out deerhuntingschool.com.